Everybody ought to have a maid. Everybody ought to have a working girl. Everybody ought to have a lurking girl to putter around the house. Everybody ought to have a maid. Everybody ought to have a menial, consistently congenial and quieter than a mouse. Oh, oh, wouldn't she be delicious, tidying up the dishes, neat as a pin? Oh, oh, wouldn't she be delightful, sleeping out, sleeping in? Everybody ought to have a maid. Someone who you hire when you're short of help, to offer you the sort of help you never get from a spouse. Fluttering up the stairway, shuttering up the windows, cluttering up the bedroom, buttering up the master, puttering all around the house. Everybody ought to have a maid. Someone new in fetching you your slip, oh will be winsome as a whip, oh will, and graceful as a grouse. Everybody ought to have a maid. Everybody ought to have a serving girl, a loyal and unswerving girl to putter about the house. Oh, oh, finger her at the dustbin, especially when she's just been traipsing about. Oh, oh, wouldn't she be delightful, living in, giving out? Everybody ought to have a maid. Daintily collecting bits of paper and strings, appealing in her apron strings, being only in her blouse. Puttering up the attic, clattering in the cellar, chattering in the kitchen, flattering in the bedroom, puttering all around the house.